Hey y'all. So I'm going to attempt to communicate in a form that I normally don't, which is vlogging. This will really be like my first real attempt at it, so bear with me. Where do I start? I guess at the beginning. I was born in Richmond County at St. Joseph's Hospital on November 21st, 1977 in the morning time. I grew up in Richmond County. I went to the daycare that used to sit right across from Regency Mall as you went into the mall entrance by the food line. I would later go on to Bayville Elementary, and I was a short, fat kid. I'm still robust. And I would often find myself hiding on the back of the bus because I felt like it was the furthest I could get away from everybody, because I got picked on because of my weight. And that carried on till about 6th grade, at which time my parents moved me over to South Carolina. And in 6th grade, I went to LBC. All of a sudden, I was 6 foot tall. And there may be some argument to this, but I was at least one of the first 3 people that could grow a full goatee in school. Later went on to live a pretty normal life, battled with my weight pretty much my whole life. It's been a thing. Up and down, yo-yo. Lose it, get it back, lose it. And then now we started this new page on Facebook, and I know that I'm surrounded by a lot of people that have experienced being bullied, being name called. I know that there are a lot of kids watching. I know that there are a lot of people that I consider kids that they don't consider themselves kids watching, but I know that there are actual kids watching too. So I had a recent experience online where I posted that I wanted every racist on my page to just hit the eject button because I was tired of it. And if you couldn't let my political views stand, it was time for you to leave. And on that page, a certain someone began an attack in which he referred to mine and a female friend of mine's weight, and he picked on it. And he later went on to say sexist things to her, and you could argue that he was racist. And I kind of white-knighted for her, and I'm sorry for that. He called her a sweetie, and I said, she's not your effing sweetie. In all honesty, this woman probably would have whooped this person's ass, flat out, by herself. So, I'm still learning. I didn't really need to step up there, but I didn't like the experience. We also were called blue-haired freaks, and with the spirit of turning something negative into something positive, I'm going to do something today. Something that I just used to do because it was who I was, but now I'm going to do it for a different reason. Before I go ahead, I feel like I should say something. I, as a person, have not always been perfect. I've often let anger get the best of me. I have often conducted myself in ways that I am ashamed for in the past. But instead of being that apologetic guy, I'm going to say that every one of you and every life experience I had have brought me to where I am right now. And if I have ever offended thee, I'm sorry. It's a good time to come home. So, getting back to this online attack, part of the language used was blue-haired freak. And I used to color my hair. I used to keep my hair colored. I grew up as a punk, and the resurgence of punk in the late 90s and early 2000s. And I took offense to that because that was about the time downtown Augusta started to grow again. And it was a classist thing. Because this person also was part of that downtown growth. And it was a double insult. Because a lot of the people I knew, while there was a lot of people with money helping to rebuild downtown, a lot of people I knew worked in those places. Those blue-haired freaks helped build downtown back up. They were part of that revitalization. We chose to live there. We put our funds into that community. We were just as much a part of it as anybody who ever invested in any business, because we did with years of our lives and our paychecks. And when the white flight happened to Columbia County, the blue-haired freaks didn't run anywhere because they never had a problem with anybody else's culture. A lot of us still are very close to downtown, and we're not going to go anywhere. Sorry. So the truth of the situation is, kids, I want to tell you that it's always okay to be yourself and do the things that you feel like make you comfortable. If you feel like you need a haircut and you want it cut a certain way, don't let anybody call you a loser. Do what you want. Follow your heart. I have had one haircut since April 6th. COVID. So I'm feeling a little unkempt. It might be time to go get a haircut.
Maybe.
Here this whole time thought you wanted Transformers. So, the moral of the story is, the point I'm trying to get apart. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what color your hair is, what size pants you wear. It's what you put into the world that matters. It's your content, your heart, the things you can change, the things you don't change. Be who you are. Find happiness through self. Because it doesn't matter if you got blue hair. It doesn't make who you are. Or it can if you like to. Don't let anybody define you, and don't ever be ashamed. Sebastian, come here. When my son found out what I wanted to do, we did it together.
And also because my favorite color is blue.
And also because his favorite color is blue. That was happening. Sebastian, do we stand up to bullies?
Yes, we stand up to bullies. I even get bullied at school. I don't put up with it.
And you shouldn't put up with it. You know why? Because you're the better person. Mm-hmm. And they can't define who you are. Only you can define who you are.
Yes.
I love you.
Love you too.